Assalamu alaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Welcome to Sarosh Digital Learning. Hope so you all are good students. Okay, in the last session we have seen about the lesson number 7 of science, that's energy flow in an ecosystem, in which we have seen about the primary consumers, secondary consumers, apex or top consumers, and the omnivorous. Now today, inshallah, we'll see about the page number 82. An organism may be prey for many other organisms. Little bit we will take in the Hindi so that all type of students can understand the language. Prey means beta shikar. An organism may be prey for many other organisms. For example, an insect feeds upon leaves of various plants, but the same insect is the prey for different animals like frog, wall lizard, birds, etc. Now see the meaning of this. Insect is eating the leaf of the plant. Insect is eating the leaf of the plant, and the same insect is being eaten by some other organisms. And the same insect is eaten by some other organisms. The example is frog, wall lizard, birds, and etc. If this is to be shown in a figure, it will form an intricate web instead of a linear food chain. So this is like a web. One insect or one organism is eaten by the another. It's like a net and the web type. It's not a type of the linear chain. Linear chain means a straight chain. It's not a part कि एक organism को एक ही कोई खाएगा. Yeah, it's not a part that one organism will be eaten by the only another single organism. One organism can be eaten by many more animals or many more organisms. If this is to be shown in a figure, it will form an intricate web instead of a linear food chain. Such an intricate network is called a food web. Generally, food webs are found everywhere in nature. So in this diagram, in this figure, we can observe that this rabbit is eaten by the fox, and the rabbit is eating the grass. The rabbit can be eaten by even by the lion. That means this is like a web. Just a simple example to get an idea. Next part is about the user brain power, which is the omitted part. So we will see the next topic, that is the energy pyramid. The energy pyramid under this tropic level. The simple meaning of tropic is relating to feeding or nutrition. Relating to feeding or nutrition. So, and in this, each level in the food chain is called a tropic level. Each level, you can see different levels. All producers, then herbivorous, carnivorous, omnivorous. These things we have seen in the last session. So each level in the food chain, this is a food chain. Each level in the food chain is called a tropic level. So this is the single tropic level. Herbivorous is also a tropic level. Under the first tropic level, second tropic level, third tropic level. A tropic level is the step at which the organism obtains its food in the chain. So in the particular tropic level only, the particular type of the animal or the organism will get its food. Herbivorous will get the food in the first tropic level. Carnivorous will get the food in the second tropic level. Omnivorous will get the food in the third tropic level. The amount of matter and energy gradually decreases from producers at lowest level to top consumers at the highest level. Yes, this is very important. See, more energy in an abundant form we can see in these autotrophs. Under autotrophs, all plants are coming. Under autotrophs, all plants are considered. So here the energy level is more. Then from this level, the energy is transferred to the herbivorous. These animals will eat the plants. Energy will be transferred from the autotrophs to the herbivorous. Now, whatever animals are there under the category of herbivorous will be eaten by another tropic level, that's the carnivorous. So again, energy which is being inculcated in the herbivorous will be transferred to the carnivorous. Again, carnivorous animals will be eaten by some another animals, that is the omnivorous. Again, like this, this is the This is the flow of energy also beta, and this is the pyramid diagram for the food chain. Then an introduction to scientists, this is the omitted part. Now the next one is, think about it. What happens to the energy during its transfer? What happens to the energy during its transfer from producers to apex consumers? Does it remain trapped in the apex consumer? Does it remain in the body of apex consumer till its death? See what here. First of all, understand the meaning of the question. Will the energy be in the last level, that's the apex level? No, it's not the fact. When the last level, tropic level, third level, what are omnivorous animals are there, when they will eat the animals of the carnivorous type or the herbivorous type, the energy which will be inherited in their body after the death of these omnivorous animals, that will be again transferred to in the environment through saprophytes and the decomposers. So energy will be not staying in any particular tropic level, that is being just transferred from one body to the another body. Okay, I hope so you are getting the meaning of this fact. Now user brain power, this is being omitted from the syllabus. Next one now. Figure 7.4 shows the energy transfer that takes place at each tropic level. There are different levels of energy exchange in the food chain, which was in just now, okay? Producers, herbivores, carnivores, omnivores, and so on. The initial quantity of energy goes on decreasing. This is a very important word, on decreasing at every level of energy exchange. That means probably the energy level will be high when it's producers. After that, in the next topic level, it will decrease. In the second topic level, again it will decrease, and again in the third level it will again decrease. That means energy will be going on decreasing. The initial quantity of energy goes on decreasing at every level of energy exchange. Similarly, the energy of organisms also decreases from the lowest level to the highest level. The meaning which I told just now is the same for the thing. This pattern of energy exchange in an ecosystem is called pyramid of energy. After the death of apex consumers, or you may say apex consumers, their energy becomes available to the decomposers. So after apex, the energy will be transformed to the decomposers. Fungi and other microorganisms decompose the bodies of dead animals. So who works under this category? Fungi and different microorganisms. There may be bacteria or different microbes. They are called decomposers. So fungi and microbes will decompose the body of the dead animals. In the process of obtaining food from the remains of organisms, decomposers convert them into simple carbon compounds. This is a very good chain. Whatever nutrients the dead body contains in the apex level, whatever nutrients is being contained by the dead bodies of the apex level, that nutrients are being transported from their body to the environment again by the use of microbes. And which nutrients they're taking usually? They're taking carbon compounds. These substances easily mix with air. So these substances means carbon compounds mix very easily with the air. As you know, the meaning of compound is more than two elements forms the compound. More than two elements will make the compound. These substances easily mix with air, water and soil, from where they are again absorbed by plants and incorporated into the food chain. So this is a food chain Nutrients will be taken from the body of the apex level animals and will be transported to the air, water and soil. See here in the figure 7.4, pyramid of energy in an ecosystem. They are given to us phytoplanktons, and they are given the range 10,000 kilocalorie. Calorie is the unit of energy. Calorie is the unit of energy. Then zooplankton beta 1000 kilocalorie, fishes 100 kilocalorie, and humans 10 kilocalories. You can now see that due to the food wave formed by the various modes of nutrition, energy and various nutrients circulate continuously in the ecosystem. So alhamdulillah, this is a very nice system through which energy is being transported from one form to another form, one level to another level, and in this way we can see energy level at every tropic level. The sun is the most important source of energy in any ecosystem. So the basic source of energy for any ecosystem is the sun. Green plants of the ecosystem store some of the solar energy in the form of food. As you know, green plants will make the food, and that will be stored only in their own body, as the plants. Before reaching the decomposers, this energy is passed on from one tropic level to the next. Once the energy is being stored in the plants, that will be given to the herbivorous animals. When the herbivorous animals will be eaten by the carnivorous, the energy will be transported from the herbivorous to the carnivorous. And when the carnivorous animals will be eaten by the omnivorous, the energy will be transported to the omnivorous. And at last, when these kind of animals will die, dead animals of omnivorous, from their body the nutrients will be taken by the microbes and will be given back to the environment again through soil, water and air. Decomposers dissipate means absorb some amount of energy in the form of heat. Decomposers absorb some amount of energy in the form of heat. However, no part of the energy ever returns to the sun. No ever part of the energy will be returned to the sun. That means whatever energy is there on the earth will be remaining on the earth itself in different tropic levels, starting from producers to the apex. That's it, the third level. Hence, such passage of energy is referred to as one-way transport. This is the one-way transport, starting from the producer to the first tropic level, then next second tropic level, and at last level is the third tropic level. Hope so you might have understood the topic. Revise the same. Thanks for watching. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh.